Okay, so I went to go see the new Blade Runner movie. And before I talk about that, I want to get out of the way. I did watch the original Blade Runner. It's a great movie, and if you haven't seen it, you should go see it. Um, I only watched that because I figured, well, maybe, well, one, I've never seen it, I want to see it, and two, I wasn't sure whether or not I needed to to watch the original to understand the new one. As far as I can tell, it's not totally necessary. But the new one, I went to go see it earlier. Um, you'll notice that the title of this video is First Impressions. It's First Impressions. It's not a review. Like when went to go see My Little Pony. That was a review. This isn't, and that's only because I can tell you for sure I did thoroughly enjoy this movie, but I don't know. There's a lot to take in with this movie. There's a lot of themes. There's a lot like technically there's not a whole lot that happens in the plot, and I'm not going to give you any plot details because they've done a good job at not spoiling the plot for you. Like the plot has not really been spoiled up to the release of the film, so I won't give you any details. Um, and yet, even with not too many things happening, there's stuff that happens, but it's not like insanely complicated. And yet, even so, there's a lot to take in. And unfortunately, I had to go to the bathroom at one point in the movie, so I didn't see every little bit of it. I wish I didn't have to do that. Oh well. I do plan on seeing the movie again, just to, see everything again, let it process more in my brain, and then I can give better thoughts in the film. So here's what I think of the movie so far. One thing I can tell you for absolutely certain, this movie looks amazing. Like, dude. Like, the original Blade Runner looks great. This movie looks out friggin' standing. Like, everybody, all the critics and everybody who's seen this movie are like, okay, if Roger Deakins does not get his Oscar, like, dude, something's wrong. Dude's been nominated 14 times and he's never won an Oscar? Well, if he doesn't win an Oscar for this one, that'll be like the biggest upset of the night. And I'm with everybody on there. Like even looking at still shots of the movie, just like what's in the trailer, the movie looks gorgeous. Like I can't stress that enough. Like it manages to match the look of the original and then go beyond that. As for certain, movie has an outstanding look to it. The acting, everybody does a good job. Ryan Gosling is the main character in this, and his performance reminds me very much of the performance he gave in Drive. Very understated, not really showing any emotion, not even saying, a whole lot. And that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I know some people aren't really fond of that kind of performance. Like, I went to go see this with my mom tonight, and she wasn't a fan of that performance, and she wasn't a fan of the performance he gave in Drive either, so I understand that. I don't have a problem with it. But I can understand why some people would have a problem with that. Then you got Harrison Ford coming back as Rick Deckard, although he doesn't show up until a lot later in the movie. I'd say well after an hour and a half at least. It's kind of late in the movie. Like the movie is almost 3 hours long. It's a long movie, and he shows up more than halfway through that. But it's good to see him reprise one of his more famous roles, and he does a good job in this. Um, the rest of the acting is good. There's like a little. I'm gonna get into like minor spoilers right here. Uh, our main character Kay has a little hologram lady friend. Um, I don't know who the actress is who plays her, but she does a good job. And there's some themes there about again blurring the line between human and machine, like what was explored in the original. I won't go into how that plays into her character, but I did really I did really find it fascinating. Like I kind of it made me think of the relationship between Theodore and Samantha in the film Her, which was my favorite movie of the year that came out. In fact, I'll say this right now. There's a scene in this movie that is very similar to a scene in Her. I'm not gonna tell you which one. I won't tell you which scene from Her that I'm talking about. But if you've seen that movie, you'll be like if you've seen Her and then also seen this movie, you'll be like, oh, I know what you're talking about. Let's see. Um, the main villain of the movie is, I guess, Jared Leto's character, Wallace. He doesn't really do much in the movie. He's like in two scenes. Jared Leto does fine. Um, he's good. I'm pretty sure. Oh, I was about to give a spoiler there. He's not in any of the trailers as far as I know, but he did fine for what few scenes he had. There's this other replicant who looks a lot like Mia Djokovic, even though that's not actually her. She's kind of like some, I don't know. I know the minor spoiler. The last fight is with her. Um, it retains a lot of the same themes as the original. It explores them again. I can't. I won't get into how it explores them because again, that's not minor spoilers. That's that's like major spoilers. Um. Um. But again, like I said, I would have to watch this movie again to really process these themes in my head. Um. I can talk about the music. Hans Zimmer does the score. Um, I don't know how much of the original score from the original movies in this, although at the last couple minutes they do use some of the music from the original. It's definitely you can definitely tell it's from the original. I don't know if that's in more. I couldn't quite tell if that was in more parts of the movie. I'm not sure. But if it is, they did a really good job. I mean, Hans Zimmer is a fantastic composer. He's like one of the great composers of our time. Um, I think that's about it for right now. You'll get like my full actual review when I see the movie again. I'll get and I may as well use that review to spoil the movie. Just so you know, if I decide to spoil the movie, I'll just have to warn you now. Okay? All right. I'll see you guys next time.